All right, guys, October the 19th, we're gonna hang out in the house. We're gonna do some cooking. It's gonna be like upper 80s the next couple of days, maybe 90. And then we'll get some rain this weekend. And my allergies are really bad, sorry. So I sound like I'm wearing a mask or something. But guys, I'm part Scottish, and I have a kilt. I'm not gonna wear it though. Not here, only at the Renaissance Festival. But we have a really cool cookbook. Michelle is Irish, I'm Scottish, so we like to cook some of the foods. So I have a step-by-step Scottish cookbook. And one of my favorite recipes is a Forfar Bridies. Basically, it's a meat pie. I already made the puff pastry dough, and I'm gonna be using some ground venison. Yes, we're gonna make this recipe together. Let's have fun. So we had some leftover red cabbage, and instead of letting it go bad, Miss Rochelle has instructed me to can it, to pickle it. Little vinegar, water, some dill seed. Of course, we've got all of our spices up here on the counter. Little dill seed, celery seed, a little fennel, caraway. Of course, we've got Miss Lippy's. She's got her Lippy's Bayou blends, and of course Kent Rowland's. But yeah, they dominate the kitchen. We love Miss Lippy's spices. But I'm canning right now, so I'm just water bath a few quarts. We had a leftover red onion, and Miss Rochelle loves during the holidays pickled red onion. We can put on a platter or something. So I'm just water bathing right now. But we're gonna make these Forfar Bridies. You're gonna love these. They're really cool meat pies. It's gonna be easy and fun. Of course, Bones is following me around. What? What are you whining about? All right, guys, so I made the puff pastry dough. I'm not gonna buy it from the store. All it is flour, and you cube up butter. You mix the dry flour and butter with a little bit of salt. If you want to put some seasoning in there, you can, and you just put some cold water until you get a good dough. But you want to wrap it in plastic. You want to put it in the fridge and let it rest at least for 2 hours. I'll put a simple recipe down below. Make your own puff pastry. It's pie dough. It's simple. We're making meat pies, so I'll put the recipe down below. But just make sure everything, the butter cubes are small. You know, thumb size, a little ½ inch size, to the portion, the 2 cups of flour and a cup and a quarter of butter, and then ½ a cup of like cold water. You can keep adding some flour in until it gets a little firm, and then you want to make sure everything is cold for your puff pastry. Bones is going crazy playing with his dolls, but we're gonna roll these out. We're gonna make these meat pies. Forfar Bridies, guys. I know it sounds interesting. You're gonna love this. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out this red cabbage and red onions from the water bath. And we will get to the recipe, I promise. I just need to get this done and out of the way. So we water bathed this red cabbage. I made kind of a vinegar brine. Miss Michelle likes kind of a pickle flavor. 40 minutes, so it'll be shelf stable. I just want to get it over here on this bar mat. And then we'll go into making the meat pies. I want to talk to you about hunting in Texas. If you don't own land in Texas, you have to pay for a deer lease, they call it. Now, I used to be a corporate chef for a major Texas food company. And they had, you know, over the 18 years I was there, they had 3,000 acres. I mean, they had a huge ranch with deer. And I'll turn the camera around and get some light in here. So I could go hunting all I wanted, anytime I wanted. We would entertain customers, chefs, walk-in coolers, luxury log cabin. They had everything. I don't have that now. I don't work for that company. I'm retired. And here in Texas, if you want a deer lease, if you want to be able to get on somebody's land, the cost is like anywhere between $6,000 and $8,000 a year. And it's like, I can't afford that. So I do have friends in low places and high places. But no, I do have friends that they can afford it and they have a deer lease. And what I do is they'll go hunting and they'll get a deer for me. And then I'll just take it down to the local, they'll drop it off at the local processor and then I'll just pay for the processing. So 120 bucks. I get the deer meat. This is just ground venison right here, as you can see. I'm going to use for the meat patties. And then I always gift my friends a big box full of, you know, canned goods, pickles, all kinds of things from the garden. So we do a trade, just like the good old days. But I don't have a place to hunt, and I'm not going to spend $6,000 to $8,000 for a deer lease. So it works out just fine. I'm a gardener. I do love to hunt, but I'm not going to spend the money to do that, and I don't have land. So that's just kind of how it is in Texas. Let's go ahead and get you down here, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to go ahead and this meat, this ground meat is going to go into the patty, into the dough raw, and it will cook in the oven. But I want to show you what I'm going to season this with. So just come on down here. All right, so we have the ground venison, as you can see. We're going to use salt, pepper, chili flakes, and I'm going to use Miss Lippy's Full Throttle. Let me talk about this here real quick because this is important. This is amazing. This is basically called the Trinity, okay? So there's mirepoix, which is celery, onion, and carrots. And then there's the Trinity, which is celery, bell pepper, parsley, and garlic, and onion. Okay, so that's the difference. Miss Lippy, I got this from Miss Lippy's Bayou Blend. Miss Lippy, thank you so much. This is just amazing, especially if you're going to marinate any kind of ground meats. If you want to put it on a hamburger, or you want to put it in a sauce. It's the Trinity, and it's all in one beautiful bottle, and it's delicious. So I'll put the link down below. Definitely, guys, go to Miss Lippy's Bayou Blend. She's working hard. She's got the Sugar Shack. We love her family very much. Miss Lippy and Buddy and all of her grandkids and everything. So just wanted to plug you guys. We love the spices. All right, let's go ahead and season up this venison, ground venison. There's a local processor down the street from us. Little further out in the country. They do a good job. Breakfast sausage, fajita meat, backstrap, tenderloin steaks. So let me go ahead and just kind of mix this up. I'm gonna stop, wash my hands real quick so I can dig into the spice. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Full Throttle in here. I'm gonna go a generous tablespoon. See all that flavor? The peppers, the celery, the onion, the parsley. I'm gonna go ahead and do a good tablespoon of salt. Don't forget, guys, when you're seasoning, make sure you season salt, pepper, red chili flakes. I want a little bit of spice. Not too much, just a little. There we go. And your best tool in the kitchen, guys, is your hands. Just make sure they're clean. Just gonna mix this up, and then we're gonna pull out our puff pastry dough that we made. It's simple, guys. It's basically 2 cups of flour, a cup and a quarter of chopped up cold butter. You want to blend that dry, and then you want to put about a half a cup or less of very ice cold water. Did you hear that jar just pop in the background? Love it. Now this is looking good. I'm probably going to put some more Full Throttle in there. I want that flavor, guys. And then we'll let this meat rest, but we want to keep it cold in the fridge. So just from the, oh, that's my retirement beer. So we got 3 quarts, or half pints, sorry, of cabbage, and then we got a little bit of a half pint of onion, red onion. So hey, if you have leftovers in the fridge, go ahead and can it. Keep canning. All right, so we're gonna take this, clean up, Gonna put this meat in the fridge and just kind of let it marry, let it kind of settle a little bit, and then here in about 15-20 minutes I'm gonna pull the puff pastry out and let it kind of warm up a little. We're gonna roll it out and we're gonna make these Forfar Bridies. All right, put this away. So we have our puff pastry dough. It's been resting in the fridge for a couple of hours. I'm gonna pull it out, just let it sit on the counter, just kind of let it warm up a little bit. Just kind of let it just relax, and then we'll be back here in about 30-40 minutes. All right, guys, I just had to clear out some stuff. We have a small kitchen. Yeah, it's a galley kitchen. You know, less is more. So I just kind of move things around. We've got our sheet pan with our parchment paper. I've got our dough. Guys, we have our sourdough mix. About 6 years old. I've been feeding it. It's pretty amazing. What I do is, and I think I did a video on it. I'll do another video on it, but our sourdough, once every week, I'll feed it a tablespoon of flour. We'll use it. We'll put it in a new jar. Add some clean water, not water from the faucet because it has chlorine and fluoride, bottled water or filtered water, and then we add some flour and we mix it once or twice a week. 6 years. Pretty amazing. It smells great. Nutritional yeast. We've got our fermented garlic and honey here that we'll take a little teaspoon every day. That's been going for a while as well too. So you want to try to keep your kitchen natural. You know, we buy yeast from the store for making breads, but if I can use the natural stuff, I will. So we've got our dough. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get flour on the board, and we're going to get to rolling our circles, and we're going to be filling our meat pies and making our meat pies, our Forfar Bridies. Just going to dust the board. I'm going to go ahead, and it's a little sticky. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of dust this. I'm going to portion it in half. See how stretchy that is? And I'm just going to kind of work this, guys. Just kind of get some of that dry flour in there. Just kind of sop up that flour from the board. I'm not much of a baker, guys. You know, when I was a chef, before I was a corporate chef, I was a restaurant chef. But I always had a pastry chef that worked for me. I can do savory things, I just don't do desserts. Miss Rochelle, man, she can come in here in the kitchen and she can do all kinds of things. I'm gonna roll this out like this, and I'll show you why. You just want to keep it lightly dusted. I'm gonna portion these out about like this. Roll them out. Decent sized meat pies. Remember when we're going to roll these out like this, I'm going to put that meat in the center, okay? And then we're going to fold it over and we're going to crimp it like that. So I'm thinking this is about the size that I want to do. But I want to roll it out, set it over here to the side, and then we'll let it rest for another minute or two, maybe 30 minutes. Just going to keep rolling them out, lightly dust them with flour. You want a good size meat pie. Now guys, you could use any other filling. If you could do ground turkey if you want. You could, I guess, do a vegetarian. I don't know why, but you could do maybe just a bunch of chopped up mushrooms and onions and stuff like that. You could use ground beef. So many different options. Just keep it dusted, and I'm just kind of laying these down here like that. Gonna roll this. That might be a little too small, but we'll see. Keep dusting. And roll out. These are really good for on-the-go snacks. If you don't have time, you need to head out, you want to take a lunch. Want to make sure too they're even. As far as the thickness, you can kind of tell by putting your hand on there like that. And you want to roll it out a little larger than you think you need it, because it will shrink as you roll. But I'll continue with these, and then we'll get to the fun part. We'll start filling them, crimping them. And I'm probably going to do a little bit of an egg wash on the top just to give it a sheen. Alright guys, I've got a sheet pan with parchment paper. I actually like this olive oil spray. I mean, it was worth it. Makes it easier. You can put a thin coat of oil. So I'm going to oil that sheet pan. And I'm going to take our first Forfar Bridies. Let me get you on in there, the meat pie. I know it's a funny name. I'm going to take a good amount of meat. Might do more than that. Let me see here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's load these babies up. Yeah. And these are going to cook in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes at 350. So I'm going to lift that up. Do you see how I do that? You want to elongate the meat. You want to fold it over. And you want to start pinching with your fingers. You want to lay it and then continue. Okay guys, so we have, oops, I think the camera is off. I'm so sorry. So we have our meat pie. We're going to put it one down right here. It's a big meat pie. All right, let's do the next one. This time I'm going to take a little bit of egg and water wash and go around the edge just to make sure it's going to seal okay. Take a good size portion of the venison. God, it smells good too, the seasonings. You know, venison is very lean. They do incorporate a little bit of pork fat with it when they process it, which is nice, but it's still pretty lean. Again, we're going to fold over and we're just going to push all the way around. We'll set down and crimp. There we go. We're just going to keep going on with the next. Give you a different view, guys. Just keep it simple. It's a meat pie. Really simple. All right, guys, a little behind the scenes. When you have a YouTube channel, you turn off the camera and you clean and you do all this for the next scene. But you know what? Just kind of show you guys, my remote control is full of flour. But this is what I do. You know, when we film, Miss Rochelle and I, we'll stop the camera. I got the water going. I'm cleaning. These are ready to go. I've got the oven on, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys, you know, if you have a YouTube channel, just be real. You know, I'm cleaning right now. I'm going to put the equipment back. We're going to throw this in the oven and I'll show you. I want to show you. I want to put some egg wash in there and I want to poke it a little bit so the steam can come out. Okay, so I have this egg with a little water. I'm just going to rub along the sides, not the top. I want that sheen to be on the sides. This will give it a nice shiny color, crispness. The oven is on at 350. Again, guys, the recipe is down below. There we go. All right, now I want to show you something else that I love to use, guys. It's flake, salt flake. It's also called Florida Sel. So it's sea salt that's flaked. But it's amazing because it's just, it has this really flat surface and it sticks to whatever you use it with. If you can see that. See how flat that is? It's just amazing flake salt. And if you just dress that along the sides, it really does enhance the flavor of the dough. So flake salt. So next time you go to the grocery store, get you a little box of flake salt. And you can, it's also finishing salt. You know, I had a recipe on my menu many years ago when I was a chef at a fancy restaurant in the hill country. And I had a deep dark chocolate brownie. And when the brownie came out, it was nice and warm and ooey gooey doughy. I put flake salt on it. And it just takes it to another level. And it's pretty affordable, guys. But it's fun to use. So there, we've got the flake salt. Let's get it in the oven. All right, in the oven. It's gotta be good. About 30-40 minutes, we'll keep an eye on it. Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick little preview of our next video coming up. This is a bug out bag, okay? I talked about it in the last video, but you know, guys, I'm an Army veteran, and I do believe in being prepared. Sorry, the sun is really bright. But I'm gonna do a video on what is a bug out bag, or a scat pack, or a bag that you can take with you just in case something gets really bad and you have to go, I don't know, go away from your home into the woods, into the hills. So it's just something fun. If you never use it, fine. You could always use it if you go out camping or something like that. But next video is gonna be the bug out bag. All right, let's check it out. Been 40 minutes, guys. I left them in a little longer just to make sure everything was cooked. But they look really good. Oh yeah, that flake salt looks nice. The egg, they're hot. We'll let them cool for about 5-10 minutes. I'll crack one open and we'll taste. Okay guys, I couldn't wait. I just cut one open. They look amazing. Still steaming. We're gonna go ahead and taste. Normally you can just pick this up, but I'll just use a fork for now. Wow. So good. Guys, make these. Use anything you want. Ground beef, turkey, chicken. You could probably do seafood or shrimp, or just maybe mushrooms, vegetables. But Forfar Bridies has been a staple in our house for years. We are Scottish of descent. The recipe came from this book right here. I will put the recipe in there. Step-by-step Scottish cooking. Really fun recipes to make. Another fun recipe is Scotch eggs. We'll do that as well too during the holiday season. But here's the Forfar Birdie. I'll post the recipe. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. Until next time, God bless. Love you guys. We'll see you on the next video. Go do some cooking. Do some canning. Take care.